On May the 4th, 2015, a relatively unknown rapper by the name of Ralo releases a song with rap superstar Future called Can't Lie. Getting a verse from one of the biggest rappers in the game is no easy feat, but when you're the biggest drug dealer this side of Atlanta, you can buy pretty much anything you want. In fact, Ralo was one of the biggest dope slingers the city had ever seen since Big Meech and the Black Mafia family, or BMF, terrorized the streets of Atlanta in the early noughties. And Ralo's dope dealing turf, where he would make his millions, would be a rundown drug-infested block called The Bluff, with the area being so rough that its name The Bluff actually is a backronym for Better Leave You Fool.
In Northwest Atlanta, there's a community where you can see the emerald skyline of the city from your windows. The problem is, most of the windows are boarded up. Welcome to The Bluff in English Avenue.
High crime, man. It's dangerous down here. Full of drugs. I think it's a really dangerous area down here. It's full of people on the streets, yelling, what you want, what you need, this, that, and the other. It's not too safe down here.
Now, the Bluff has been described in numerous articles and reports over the years as an open-air heroin market, with descriptions of the Bluff painting a truly shocking scene of a neighborhood gripped by addiction, where drug dealers would literally chase traffic and fight over who gets to serve the latest junkies. And unsurprisingly, the properties in the Bluff are so undesirable, you can snap up a local bando for a bargain $10,000. And this area has been covered extensively in a terrifying documentary called Snow on the Bluff.
What's going on?
I see it in your face. I got the good stuff.
All right now.
Cocaine, pills, whatever you want.
Okay.
So you want 2 8-ball and you want the 2 what's name, right?
Well,
yeah, 10 rolls.
Yeah. I
10
think
rolls,
some I can try.
Yeah, try this.
So, a young Ralo came up in the Bluff, and as a result, unsurprisingly, he was frequently in trouble with the law. Apparently, he started his drug dealing career as a teenager, being sent to juvenile jail dozens of times before even becoming an adult.
When I was younger, I was going to jail so fucking much for trafficking cocaine, armed robberies, kidnappings, and shit like that.
From the age of 12 to 16, I went to juvenile 32 times.
32 times total in your life.
And Ralo would later admit in a Vlad TV interview that his father was formerly a big drug dealer from the Bluff and that he'd inherited the business from his dad.
His occupation was a kingpin drug dealer. Because I was around the people and all his clientele knew me as his son. They were just waiting for me to get some dope to supply them with. So as I grow older, the clientele was already attached to me.
Clearly, Ralo was heavy in the streets before he'd had an opportunity to make it in music. And like many other underdeveloped and impoverished hoods in America, gang activity ran rampant in the Bluff, with the crew that Ralo pledged allegiance to going by the name Famerica. In fact, Ralo's earliest post on Instagram is a picture of him wearing a Famerica t-shirt, something that the whole crew would do. On Instagram, Ralo would post countless pictures of himself with Famerica members or fam goons rolling deep in the Bluff and wearing matching Famerica tees. Clearly the fam goons were getting busy in the streets of Atlanta, as Ralo would boast on Instagram with pride, sharing news clippings that claim Famerica have been identified as Atlanta's #1 street gang. And even saying in a caption, "We ain't the biggest or the baddest, but I can say me and my young guys go hard. It ain't nothing to brag on, but the city of Atlanta titled Famerica the #1 street gang 2 years in a row," meaning there wasn't another group of people that went harder than Famerica. This ain't my personal opinion, this is something that's documented. Do your homework, you'll find out. Free the crew. #Famerica. Clearly Ralo was doing well for himself as early as 2012, posting pictures on Instagram, holding wads of money that seemed to get bigger in every photo. And clearly Ralo had big aspirations in the dope game, like other legendary Atlanta dope pushers, because he would post the formerly biggest drug pusher in Atlanta, Big Meech, to his IG, along with a caption reading, "Fast cars, all the baddest bitches, they couldn't even add up all the paper homie was getting. Dude had a huge impact on America. Not too many people kick shit like homie. Free Meech. Went from the hood to Hollywood." Whatever Ralo was doing in the streets was working, because by the end of 2013, he'd be buying people cars and spending so much money in Walmart, the cashier's hands were hurting. And eventually, he would take some of that drug money and invest it into his rap career, buying verses from the most iconic rappers in Atlanta music history, flexing every car, watch, and chain that you could imagine a rapper flexing, and naturally, flying all around the USA on private jets, with a whole bunch of fam goons and a whole lot of suspicious packages, trapping at the very highest levels before the authorities would finally catch up with him. Ralo claimed to have decided to take his career in the rap game seriously after a short stint in prison, telling DJ Booth magazine that he heard rappers talking about moving bricks and killing people, and it was clear to him that they would never tell the dark truth behind that lifestyle. And while he'd been rapping as a child, he began working with Atlanta rapper Young Scooter, who was a childhood friend of his that he'd grown up with, sharing abandoned houses together in the Bluff as kids.
Me and Scooter, we grew up together, know what I'm saying? When he found out I was doing the music, he was 100% behind me, know what I'm saying? And he gave me all he got.
Their track Stay Focused would drop on the 3rd of November 2014, and Ralo would continue putting in work and spending money to break his way into the rap game legitimately, admitting to DJ Small Eyes that he knew he would need to spend money to be taken seriously as a rapper.
And use your own money and put it behind yourself. Ain't no sense of you going to go do no music if you can't put no money behind you. Go get the money and then spend the money on the talent.
And he also opened up to Vlad TV, who Ralo told outright that he had sold drugs to fund his rap career.
And then I started selling drugs. I got into the drug business real heavy. And then after I stopped selling drugs, I started rapping. I invested my money in rap.
And so Ralo would be on social media promoting the upcoming Famerica Armed and Dangerous mixtape, as well as flexing all of the iced out jewelry and watches that he was buying, as is the way of an up and coming Atlanta rapper. And of course he copped a Bentley, making sure to pose in it, taking unlimited Instagram pictures. Ralo's name was picking up a buzz in the streets of Atlanta, and he would soon be seen making club appearances with the likes of Young Thug, The Migos, and Shorty Low. And Ralo would continue fostering a collaborative relationship with his day one supporter Young Scooter, with their next track For Show dropping on January the 26th, 2015. And it would be Ralo's friendship with Scooter that would ultimately connect him with his breakout collaborator Future, with Ralo admitting he was only able to befriend Future initially by showing off his expensive jewelry.
I first met Future. The reason why we even started conversating was about this jewelry. I got the damn jewelry and I was able to talk to Future, and that made me different from everybody in the room, because ain't nobody in the room can pay $60,000 for that chain that I had bought.
Future would tweet publicly in March 2015 saying that him and Ralo have a hit record coming, with Ralo and Future's big collaboration called Can't Lie dropping with a music video on May the 4th, 2015. This song would go on to be a street hit, today sitting with a view count over 7.5 million views. And despite having been rapping since age 11, this would be Ralo's first big break in the mainstream rap industry. He'd allegedly paid Future $25,000 for the verse, later claiming in an interview that he was coming out of the streets and wanted a hot rapper on his first big song to get his career popping.
I was looking for a singer, and I couldn't really make me a singer myself because I'm not really a radio artist. You know what I'm saying? Most of my music is street music, you know what I'm saying? Because I came from the streets, and ain't nobody right now better than Future right now, you know what I'm saying? He about the hottest artist in the industry right now. You know what I'm saying? Scooter put it together with me for me.
Can't Lie was from Ralo's debut mixtape Famerican Gangster, releasing on April 10th, 2015. Now, we know that Famerica is the name of the gang that Ralo and his friends were part of growing up, and once Ralo's rap career took off, he would incorporate this name Famerica into countless songs and mixtape titles. But in an effort to cover his back, in a May 2015 interview, Ralo claimed that Famerica wasn't a gang, suggesting instead that he had repurposed the name to start a foundation and community outlet in his local area.
Famerica, man, where did you come up with that name?
Famerica, you know, it was a group of individuals. It was like 4 or 5 of us at the time, you know what I'm saying? We started at a young age. We were like in the 7th or 8th grade. And you know what I'm saying? It started as like a miniature gang or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And due to the fact I've been through a lot right now, and I went to prison and things of that matter, and we have made it out a little foundation for the youth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're trying to give back family in America, because we lost what we had in the first place.
Right.
You know, with like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and the people that built things up for us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to go back to that.
And by July 2015, despite having only had a couple of months being a popping rapper, Ralo is seen driving around in Lamborghinis, and later posting on Instagram a picture of himself with the caption saying that he went from the back of cop cars to the back of private jets. The next minute, he's driving around in a Rolls Royce, and it truly seems like the money is never going to run out. But Ralo is making his way into the mainstream rap industry and putting in a lot of networking too. He was seen posted up with the likes of YFN Lucci, Young Dolph, Young Jeezy, Future, and Young Thug, as well as being seen doing numerous interviews during his come-up, like the DJ Small Eyes interview where he openly says that he made millions in the street and bought everything he has with drug money, and that he's a fam goon to the core.
They made millions out the street, you know what I'm saying? Made millions. I bought all this shit drug money, man. I ain't never called myself the leader of my crew, you know what I'm saying? I'm even with them. I'm a brother, I'm a fam American, I'm a fam goon. I ain't no better than the next man I'm standing next to.
Ralo was a big-time dope dealer, and he really didn't care who knew it, and so he would would continue using his dope money to push his career forward, releasing his Diary of the Streets mixtape on November the 26th, 2015. This project had numerous features from big-name Atlanta rappers, including the future mortal enemies of the Atlanta rap scene, both YFN Lucci and Young Thug, on the same project. He also had features from the likes of Rich Homie Quan and Shy Glizzy, as well as Future, who appeared on the track Dog Food, a track that samples a lyric from Future's own song Blood on the Money from his infamous Dirty Sprite 2 mixtape, where Future rapped, "I keep that dog food like I'm Ralo." And if you didn't know, dog food is actually Atlanta slang for heroin, a phrase that Ralo would use frequently throughout his career. In fact, Ralo actually claimed that it was this song that got the police looking into him, saying that he only stopped selling drugs around the time of this project dropping, and suggesting that Future running around saying that Ralo's got the dog food brought him a lot of unwanted attention.
Said fuck Simpson, I kept getting into it with the police. They got real hot on me because of the music shit, bro. You know, when Future said he keep that dog food like it, Ralo, it brought a lot of more attention.
His track I Know featuring Young Thug would be a legendary collab, and at this point Ralo was officially in the rap game. He had used his ill-gotten drug money to buy a seat at the table, and he had truly pulled out that seat and was eating good. And going into 2016, Ralo would have an incredible run in the rap game, pushing his career to brave new heights and attracting a whole lot of attention to himself in the process.